One of these stars of the Democratic Party is freshman Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett of Texas. Let's listen in.
Our nation will hire a president, a commander-in-chief, and leader of the free world. So let's compare their resumes, shall we? One candidate worked at McDonald's while she was in college at an HBCU. HU. The other was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and helped his daddy in the family business. Housing discrimination, that is. She became a career prosecutor while he became a career criminal. With 34 felonies, 2 impeachments, and 1 porn star to prove it. Her entire career as an elected district attorney, attorney general, and senator, she's always worked for one client, the people. Meanwhile, he's a 78-year-old, lifelong predator, fraudster, and cheat, known for inciting violent mobs. Listen, y'all, he's only looked out for one person, himself. As women are dying, he is bragging about overturning Roe. And y'all know I come from Texas. And right now in Texas, come on Texas, but right now in Texas, they want to institute the death penalty. That is a problem. While Kamala Harris is fighting for our reproductive rights to be restored. She is also the leader we need on the global stage. She helped secure the release of Americans wrongfully detained in Russia. At the same time, he cozies up to his role model, Vladimir Putin, and MAGA holds legislation hostage here at home, critical resources to secure the border, military aid to Ukraine, and even the Farm Bill. She's lived the American dream while he's been America's nightmare. America, looking at the 2 choices before you, who would you hire? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris has a resume. Donald Trump has a rap sheet.
Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole in the country.
First of all praises to the Father Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Barakadash. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worshiping the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening, my people. Let's get some rest, worship, and praises into the Father Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because this is a commandment throughout all of our dwellings, and this is what we're supposed to do, even in our time of captivity. This is what we're supposed to do. Wow, I tell you, Kamala Harris has really got a plethora of folks out there batting for her. You understand? Jasmine Crockett, she presented a good case for Kamala Harris about Trump. Criminal record, felony record, and all that. Yeah, that's all true. But let's face it, people. Kamala Harris is not innocent herself. She's not. You know, this woman has done so much. You understand? And behind the scenes, and I've been hearing a lot of rumors about, you know, her work as a prosecutor, and pretty much the same kind of things that Trump did with the Central Park 5, she's done with a lot of brothers as well. Okay? Guilty, 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 you know? So she's not altogether innocent. Here's the deal, people. I don't know what it's going to take for us to understand there is not going to be any savior or deliverer here on this earth for us here in man form other than Yahweh Shai. That's just all there is to it. Uncountless times we've seen year after year, election after election, the same thing that has been affecting us. Unfair treatment, you understand? Just a lot of wrong things. You know, look what we've been seeing. You know, remember Obama when he appointed cops to wear body cams? What did we just see with Sandra Massey? What does that mean? Nothing. We just get to see these evil lowlifes doing the wrong. You understand? That's all it is. That's the only difference. Our only hope is the Most High. Not Trump, not Kamala Harris, or whoever they decide to put in that office. Okay? Let's face it. And that's just what it is. I don't know when we're going to understand that. Our king is the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's who our king is. And it's going to take, you know, more tragedies for us to understand that. And that's what it all boils down to. Now, what I want us to do is go over here in Revelations chapter 18, verse 4. Okay? This is an end time prophecy. This basically means when the Most High calls us up, for those of us that are the elect, that's going to actually be saved from the damnation that's going to hit this earth. Okay? But I'm using this particular word, this scripture, in this particular reference I'm finna say it in. Check this out. It reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Okay? Now, you heard Jasmine Crockett say that Kamala Harris is going to restore our production rights. Do you know what that means? That means, and also she said that Trump was going to overturn Roe v. Wade or something like that. I think Roe v. Wade was basically against abortion or something like that. What I'm saying is this. With Kamala Harris want to give women the right to choose to either have a baby or kill their baby. You know the Most High is against murder, okay? And that's just boils down to, that's what it all boils down to. You know, when you vote, you are voting for people that want to do murder. That's what you're doing. When you vote for people who are for same-sex marriages, you are also partakers in that particular sin. That's basically what this all boils down to. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to receive of them same plagues as those people are going to get. That's why the Most High says it right here in the scriptures, to come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. That's what that all boils down to, people. Okay? Now let's go over here in 1 Samuel chapter 8. We're going to start this at verse 16. Not verse 16, but verse 6. I think to 19. Yeah. Now our ancestors was stiff-necked, as the Most High Word said. And guess what? The descendants are still stiff-necked. Nothing's changed. Not at all. Okay? Verse 6 of 1 Samuel chapter 8. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. Okay? They always wanted a man king. They wanted somebody they can see, instead of an intercessor between them and the Most High. Instead of, you understand what I'm saying? They always wanted somebody to rule over them. They got what they want, and we're still suffering from it to this day. Verse 7, and the Lord said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. See, they rejected the Most High. And everything has gone to hell ever since. Look at us today. We're the descendants, okay? Verse 8. According to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me, and served other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. Now we finna hear the manner of the king that has been reigning over us, okay? Verse 10, and it reads, and Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots. This is the draft, you understand? And it's going to be another big draft. That's going to be the last one. I'm just telling you. And it's going to be a lot of perishing and death and everything else, just like it was in Vietnam, Desert Storm, and all that kind of stuff. Let's continue. And to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots. These are soldiers. And he will appoint him captains over thousands, and captains over 50s, and will set them to ear his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war, and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. Okay? Has this not happened? Whenever the government decides to come out here and confiscate whatever you got, has it not happened? What do you have? Nothing. Okay? Verse 15. And he will take the tenth of your seed and your vineyards, and give to his officers and to his servants, Verse 16, and he will take your men servants, and your mid servants, and your goodliest young men, and your asses, and put them to his work. Okay? And it goes on talking about what he's going to take. Verse 17, and he will take the 10th of your sheep, and you shall be his servant or servants, and you shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you, and the Lord will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, nay, which is me, nah, but we will have a king over us. They still chose the king. They still choosing, looking for a savior through man. A man that is of the devil himself. You understand? Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 14. And it reads, when thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and they shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. See, our people wanted to be like other nations, but we had the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and they refused him for a lousy man, and a man that didn't even care about them, just like they don't now. Okay, but the Most High let our ancestors had their way. Okay, but he told them what they are to do, even still, and what they're not to do when choosing this so-called king, president. Okay, here's the deal. Check this out. We're gonna go down here to Deuteronomy 17, 15. Look what the Most High told the ancestors. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. What did that say right there? When have we had a brother in office? I'm not talking about a woman, because a woman ain't even supposed to even be prophesying. She ain't supposed to be leading no church, so you know she ain't supposed to be leading a country. When have we ever had a brother that's of our people over us as king? Other words, in this day and age, as president. We have not. And don't say Obama, because Obama father was a Hamite, making him, being the seed of his father, a Hamite too. If you wonder what a Hamite is, that's an African. We have not had somebody of our own over us, you see. And you wonder why nothing changes, because we are not doing it the way the Most High said to do it. That's just what it is. It's going to stay like this until we learn and understand who's King of Kings and who's Lord of Lords. Let's go over in Proverbs 29 verse 2. And it reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So the wicked has been bearing rule, because that's all our people have been doing, is mourning. And it's going to stay that way until the righteous, which is the Most High, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, but Father Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's just what it is, people. It is not going to change. It's not going to get any better. We should learn by now. What's that old cliche that says, it's insanity to keep doing the same thing and expect different results? Are we insane? You have to ask yourself that. Are we insane? I can say a lot of us are not, but the majority rules, and that's just what it is. Okay? Let's go over here in Psalms 22, verse 28. Most High makes it clear, see? He makes it clear. This is what it is, folks. Psalms 22, 28. Look at this. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor among the nations. Him and only him is the governor over the nations, not man. His children is the one that needs to understand that. His people is the ones that need to understand that, because we've been blinded to look at somebody else like they are the governors over the nations and over the lands. In this kingdom, they not. They really not. It's just that we keep choosing them. I don't care who you put in office. It's going to stay just like it has been. Matter of fact, it's going to get worse. And we know it's going to get worse. All right? That's just what it is, folks. It's time that we understand that. For those of us that say that we love the Most High and make the right choice, and that's choose him once and for all, so he can come back here and make things right. This is what we got to do. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. And it reads, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land. There it is, folks. Right there in black and white. You understand? There it is. It does not get any clearer to this. This if you want, a real change in equality. You understand? This is what it all boils down to. Now, if you want to keep playing, that's up to you. You have a choice. You have a choice to choose. Be it Trump or be it Harris. Nothing's going to change for us until we understand what I've said here and what I've showed you here in the Most High's word in this lesson. That's all I got on this particular lesson, people. I hope you found this lesson edifying, and I hope I said something to stimulate your spiritual growth. All praises to the Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakadash. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. The clouds, the faces in the clouds here proves what I'm saying. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.